What's up guys, Dave Moss Jr. here, and I wanted to make a short video. This is the Ice Barrel 300. I have 2 videos out where I show you how I hook up a chiller, and it's been working great, but I just didn't like all the cables. Like if you saw it, you saw there was just, not cables, the tubes. There was tubes everywhere. It looked like a Hot Wheels city, as my son was saying. So I want to show you a couple upgrades that I'm going to make this morning that I'm excited about, so let's get to it. All right, first things first, the ports that come pre-drilled, pre-ready to roll from Ice Barrel on the 300 are 3/4 inch. If you're gonna use a 1/2 horsepower chiller or 1/4 horsepower chiller, please just use all 3/4 inch. For this video, the only thing I'm gonna do that's gonna be weird is I'm adding an adapter because I'm using 1-inch tubing because I have a 1 horsepower chiller. I gave my 1/2 horsepower chiller away and I'm excited to bless that person, but that 1/2 horsepower chiller would be perfect for this setup. The insulation is amazing. So this is the adapter that I've used. It's a 3/4 inch thread to a 1-inch thread. So I'm gonna add this to both. The top's gonna be just a little bit different. I'll get to that in a second, but I just wanted to make sure you knew that there were some differences in this one, and some of the parts in the kits are gonna be a little bit different from what you're gonna see on my video. Now this is the strainer that I use, and I had a few people ask, how do you drain it, right? How are you gonna drain it when you want to empty your water and change out your water? Well, the cool thing is you just unscrew your strainer and it drains. So you don't have to add an extra spigot or any of that extra crazy stuff. You just literally unscrew the canister of your strainer and all the water drains out. That's how I was able to drain it. It was very, very easy, and actually the water came out really fast. So I have a 1-inch strainer here. Cool thing, if you see this back piece, this is the piece off of the Active Aqua Inline pump that I'm gonna be using. And instead of having that loop-de-loop and having extra tubes that are just gonna pinch and cause water restriction, I actually found that I can just add it straight to the strainer and it's all very stable. So I'm gonna do that. Check this out. So now I've got my strainer tied directly to my barrel and it's all super solid, ain't going nowhere. Nice and tight, watertight. I got my canister facing up so I can see when I need to change it out. That's the only thing. If you're like an extra credit person and you want to be able to change your strainer or clean your strainer out without changing out your water, which I would recommend doing both at the same time. I mean, that's kind of the deal. It's a low amount, small amount of water, so it's not going to take a ton of time or a ton of water to change this water out when you want to change it. But if you're one of those people who really wants to just be able to just take whatever debris in your strainer out before actually changing out your water, you might want to add like an extra little like twist. There's all sorts of other plumbing pieces you can add to this to make it cool. I've seen so many cool pictures of people who've taken my DIY and turned it into their own, which is really cool, but they have like all sorts of cool stuff going on here. I'm a pretty simple guy, so this is how simple I'm gonna make it. Now you just take your inline pump and you literally just kind of go right here and you twist it on, and it's solid as a rock. Ain't going nowhere. Like, I'm moving that thing. Solid. You don't want anyone to step on it, so make sure it's like not in a area where people can step, but dude, how cool is that? It's all tied directly in with no additional tubing needed. Now here's the next big upgrade. I got the black hydroponic tubing. This stuff is so much better than that clear threaded stuff. It goes onto all the tubes easier. You do need to use clamps because it's flexible and pliable, which makes it great because like if you are in a position where it kind of pinches a little bit, the water can still push through. That's what I was finding with that other tubing, and that's why I got rid of it. This stuff here is way too strong. And then I found that like over time, over a short amount of time, once it would pinch, it would like legitimately pinch and was restricting water flow. So if you followed my DIY with this tubing, I apologize. This tubing is my arch nemesis, so we're not using that no more. But this stuff is solid and it's very wiggly, but this stuff is awesome. I've used this for years on my other stuff, and this is the way to go. So while we're filling up, we'll take a quick look at what we got. So that's the new setup, with the tubing going straight into the chiller, and I'm just going to attach a short tube back in and we're gonna be good to go. Looks way better, huh? I also have a friend coming over, bringing over a friend who wants to test out both barrels before buying. Doesn't know which one he wants, but definitely wants one. So I've got this set up, a bunch of ice. We're about to have a legit ice bath since this probably won't be ready in the next 15 minutes. And that is the final product. Turned it on, everything's working beautifully. I'm loving it. Way cleaner, looking good. I hope you guys don't mind. I like to give you updates as I make changes and update. And if you have any suggestions that have been working great for you, please post them in the comments below. Let me know, because hey, we're all in this together, right? We're just trying to get cold and find the best ways possible to do it. So I hope you guys all have a great day. I'll see you on the next video. God bless.